I have a question for you all today. Does anyone know what a tortoise is? Jim, what is a tortoise?
It's a land turtle.
A land turtle? Does anyone else have any other ideas? Laura?
They look to be really old.
Ah. Morgan?
What type of turtles you can ride?
So some of you, have you ever ridden a tortoise? That's kind of cool. I didn't know you could ride them. Well, today I have a poem that I would like to teach you about a tortoise. Any other ideas about what a tortoise is? The tortoise has a tendency to live beyond his prime, thus letting his descendants see what they will look in time. Should I say it again?
Yes.
Yes, please.
The tortoise has a tendency to live beyond his prime, thus letting his descendants see how they will look in time. So now I'll say it one line at a time. I'll say a line and you say it back. The tortoise has a tendency
The tortoise has a tendency
to live beyond his prime,
to live beyond his prime,
thus letting his descendants see
letting his descendants see
how they will look in time.
How they will look in time.
This poem has some kind of tricky words to it. Are there any words that you're not sure of what they might mean?
Descendant.
Descendants. Does anyone know that word? Well, you are all descendants of your parents, who are descendants of their parents. So it's generations. Do you remember talking about that word in science, generations?
Yeah.
Were there any other words that were confusing or phrases that we're not sure about? Who knows what his prime means? What does that mean, to live beyond his prime? Morgan, did you know? Laura?
Longer than you're supposed to?
Longer than you're supposed to?
Your best years.
Ah, I like that answer. Your best years. So now I will add 2 lines and you'll repeat them back to me. The tortoise has a tendency to live beyond his prime.
The tortoise has a tendency to live beyond his prime,
Thus letting his descendants see what they will look in time.
thus letting his descendants see how they will look in time.
Right, very good. Now we'll try it all together. The tortoise
Has a tendency to live beyond his prime, thus letting his descendants see how they will look in time.
Wonderful. Now this time I'm going to have you say it, and I'm going to add something.
The tortoise has a tendency to live beyond his prime, thus letting his descendants see how they will look in time.
What did I add?
Old and gray.
Then great. And what do we call that? Ah, Morgan, I heard it. An ostinato. Great. I know you were paying attention in music yesterday.
Yep.
So I'm going to have this half of the room say our ostinato.
Old and gray.
Old.
Old and gray. Old and gray.
Are you ready this side of the
Old
room?
and gray.
The
The tortoise has a tendency to live beyond his prime,
thus
letting his descendants see how they will look in time.
Wonderful. So now you will say the ostinato and you will say the poem.
Old and gray. Old and gray. The tortoise has a tendency to live beyond his prime, thus letting his descendants see how they will look in time.
Wonderful, everybody. So we'll keep working on that a little bit tomorrow. And I know that you all have great ideas about what a tortoise was. Some of you have experiences. And we're going to learn more about tortoises and other turtle-like animals later in science today.